What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, I'm showcasing how to get 6 alpha Pokemon to spawn in at once in Wild Zone 20 and how to shiny hunt them. Of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting my work by joining PanFam and that join channel member button below. So, normally you only get 2 alpha Pokemon spawning in here. You can actually spawn up to 6, because as you guys have noticed, they're sort of lined up in a way. 1, 2, and then one of the, I think the Pangoro was here originally. So you get 3 Pokemon spawning on the east side of the Prism Tower, and then you get 3 Pokemon spawning on the west side of the Prism Tower, which is the Klefki, the Stunkfist, and the Alakazam. So you have 6 spawn spots, but normally when you only have 2 of them, you're just spawned in 2 of the 6 random spots. Now, our goal is to fill up these spots with multiple alphas, and then you can essentially bench reset, run around to keep spawning them over and over again, and then you eventually will get a shiny Pokemon. Now, to do that, I will reset my hunt here by knocking them all out. If you catch them or knock them out, the Pokemon are gone, and then you will have to refill the slot later. But let me start back at 0. Now, to duplicate the spawns in the middle, you are going to go to Wild Zone 20, and you're going to notice that we have a Garbodor in the northwest, and we have a Scrafty in the northeast. Now, I'm going to use the eastern gate here as my method, and I'm just going to try to aggro to Scrafty. Now, Pokemon that do melee attacks are going to be excellent for this. They're just going to be easier to drag, because Pokemon that do range attacks, they're going to like not be as close to you, and we're trying to pull his spawn as far as humanly possible within its spawn range. So come on, Scrafty. Come on, get over here. Don't want to get too far. You don't want to run out of the aggro zone. All right. He's going to probably de-aggro on us. And when he does, we're going to save our game immediately. And now we're going to reload our save. Now, by doing this, we have essentially moved his spawn position, and we also moved his aggro position. And now he is going to be spawning right where we reload the game. And we're going to get his attention again. And this time, we're going to go outside of the gate. So we're going to turn around, if we got his attention. I'm going to bring him out here. I'm going to run at the gate. I just want to... Come on, come on, come on. All right, perfect. He's at the gate. I'm going to save my game right here. Now, you don't have to turn off your game here. I just like turning off my game here just so they're guaranteed at the gate, and we can do the next step with essentially the best possible chances of making it work. So he's at the gate. He's aggroed on us. We're going to re-aggro him real quick. Hello, hello, hello. All right, now we're going to go. So I already have a pin here, but what you're going to do is you're going to put a pin, and then you're going to run 60 plus meters, 60 to 70 meters away. You don't want to go beyond 70. Going beyond 70 would be very bad. 64 is good enough. So we're going to save our game, and then we're going to reload. So the reason why we're doing this is essentially the alpha range is 70. So we didn't despawn the duplicate, but we are far enough from the middle that we have actually despawned the middle Pokemon. So now we have 3 alphas that exist in our game. You can see he's still there. If you did it right, he's still going to be there. If you didn't do it right, then just repeat the steps, and then this alpha should be here. Now we're going to run past the alpha, and we are going to notice the spots. You see that the Pokemon are different this time? Not that they're different. They're in different spawn points. The Garbodor and the Scrafty were in the northern spawns. Now, because the Pokemon did not respawn in the same spot as the Scrafty, the duplication method has worked. So what we need to do now is we need to save the game. I'm just going to try to de-aggro. Okay, so we're going to save our game. Okay, game is saved. And we're going to reload the game. And essentially, you want to do this by making sure that the Scrafty is still alive and spawned in, and the other 2 spawns in the middle are still spawned in. But the Pokemon that you pulled out, which was the Scrafty, just got to make sure that spawn where the Scrafty was is empty. And now what we're going to do is we are going to fly back to the plaza or the Wild Zone 20. Doesn't really matter which fly spot. So we did our fly, and our 3 Pokemon should be in the middle now. And just take a notice of where the Pokemon spawned in. So the Machamp is in the middle east, the Helios is in the northeast, and the Aegislash is now in the southwest. So that's perfect. So we have 3 more slots we need to fill up, and we're just going to do the exact thing again. Now, it's easier in the beginning, then it gets slightly harder over time. If you get other Pokemon attacking, like this Alpha Roserade. This is a random Alpha. This is not from the center. You got to just remove them. It's just super annoying because they're going to essentially ruin your save method. So you're going to have to just keep on taking out these Pokemon as they respawn. They respawn in every 3 minutes. So it's just very annoying. All right. So these Pokemon are gone. So Machamp is going to be a good Pokemon to take here because he is going to be a melee attacker. He will have more moves that hit us. Helios, not a great one. Technically, you could do it with more than one Pokemon at once, but it is very hectic to do. And it's usually just easier to get the save on one Pokemon because, you know, unless the 2 Pokemon de-aggro at the exact same time, then your save's not going to be perfect and it can be rough. But yes, you can do it multiple Pokemon at once. So we got Machamp. We're going to try to pull him as far as possible. Do the E-Skate again. He's going to come. All right, so he's de-aggroed. Reset our game again. All right, Machamp should be right here. He's right here. Machamp, come on over here. Come to the gate. Machamp. He's aggroed on us. I'm going to save my game. Once again, I do think it's easier. It's not necessary, but I do think it's way easier if you just reset your game after this save right here, just because he's going to be guaranteed at the gate, and you're going to have the longest possible aggro. It does add a couple more minutes to the process, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. All right. So Machamp is there. I didn't actually aggro him this time, but as long as he's at the gate, it's fine. All right, so 65 is perfect. Save our game. Reload. And now we're going to, once again, walk back in the middle, and we are going to see if the spot where Machamp was is empty. And if it was empty, that means it worked out well. So we're going to hope it was an empty spot. And if it's not, we will just keep reloading the game until it's not. Like I said, it's easier in the beginning because there's more spawns. It's really hard when you only have like 1 spot left to fill. So the Machamp spot is still full, which means we need to reset the game. And we're just going to run back into the middle until we eventually get a spawn where the Machamp isn't at. So that Hawlucha was in Machamp's spot. We want to see any alpha Pokemon not in that Machamp spot. And then we know it worked. Hoping that middle eastern spot is empty. It is empty. That is empty. All right, so once again, we are going to try to save our game. Save our game, reload. Now, because that spot was empty, we are going to be able to fast travel back to the wild zone. I guess a bench could also work for that, but just fast travel is the easiest method. And now we should be seeing 4 full slots in the middle here. So the whole east side is now full. And now we have a Gengar on the west side. So what we're going to do now to make it easier is we are going to go work on the west side Pokemon because we filled up the east spawns. And I think the spawns might be correlated. So essentially, we need just the Gengar. We'll be able to fill up the spawns on the west. So we're just going to pull them. And we can do this on the northern gate as well. It's a little bit closer. Also, as a reminder, try to knock out any Pokemon that could be in the way that could make this process annoying. So we got this Garbodor. So let's just try to remove this Garbodor because he's going to ruin our save method. All right. And now Gengar, he's being a little bit annoying. A lot of AoE, a lot of range. Come on, Gengar. Come over to me. Okay, save our game. Redo it. Now, I'm going to say day and nighttime does not matter. Doesn't really matter in this. You can do the day during or night. It doesn't really matter when it transitions over. So, you don't have to really worry about timing on that. It's irrelevant. Also, I can't confirm this works on both Switch 1 and Switch 2. All right, so we got the Gengar right at our gate. Want him to be a little bit closer before I walk out. Perfect. Save our game. Reset. So we're going to do the exact same thing. It's a different gate, but it's the exact same thing. We're going to move about 60 plus to 70 meters. I usually like to go 64, 65. As long as the Gengar's at the gate and he doesn't despawn, this is going to work. Gengar is here. Put a pin. Run. Keep running. Run, Forest, run. Gengar, he's doing something. He's still there. He's still there. You want to make sure that he is visible when you do your save reset, by the way. If you save when he's invisible, he might not show up again. Sometimes when you're running, they just turn invisible. But like I did, I just ran back a couple meters, then he just came back. It's just a little bit weird with the spawn distance sometimes, but alphas do stay within the 70 meters. So there he is. He's still there. And a little bit sketchy, but it worked out. So remember, he is on the west side. So we're going to make sure his spawn is empty on that west side. So he was west middle. It looks like we got this Metagross on the west middle. So I am going to reload, and we're going to try to get a spawn that is not in the west middle. And we're going to check the west. And it looks like we have a spawn in, it looks like the southwest. So that's good. I think we're good, which means we can go ahead and save our game and then reload once again. Now, this worked right. We should be seeing 5 Pokemon spawns in the middle here. And once again, we're going to fly to the middle. And we're just going to go and check. Do we have 5 alphas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it worked out perfect. We have 5 alphas now. So we now have 5 Pokemon spawns, and we have a Starmie and a Helios on the west side. Now we're going to have to pull one of these. Unfortunately, neither are going to be great options to pull. So if you don't like your options to pull, if you want more melee attackers, you can just fly reset until you eventually get a Pokemon you like to pull. Just got to keep note of their positions. So we got a Florges and a Helios. I don't want to really pull either of these. Just keep on running. I mean, it's technically this is also shiny hunting because we are resetting the spots every single time, right? So we got a Metagross and a Glaceon. All right, perfect. I'm gonna pull the Metagross. Now, keep note that the Metagross is in the northern position, the northwest position. We want to make sure this northwest position is empty when we do pull it. Now, we do not care about any of the other Pokemon. We just want this Metagross. You could have pulled the Glaceon too, but the Metagross is going to be the easiest. He walks over. We want to be able to despawn him right when he turns around, or save right when he turns around. And we saved. And once again, you may want to remove all the little Pokemon that run around in the area because a lot of them are aggressive. I think the only non-aggressive one is Gardevoir, which will despawn itself, which is pretty nice. But yeah, those starters and Roserades are going to be super annoying. So, okay, Metagross is right here at the gate. Come on, Metagross, come here, come here, come here. Yes, I know you want to get your defenses up, but I need you to run to this gate. Come on. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Save our game, save our game. Safety reloads. And the hardest part, once again, is going to be making sure that northwestern spot is empty. And if it is empty, we have done it right, and then you can begin your shiny hunt. But first, we need to go 60 meters back. 60 meters back. I got a shiny somewhere, apparently, from doing all this resetting. That's funny. I don't really care about it because it's probably a Flesh Ender. So we went 64. Reset. Do that. And now the fun part. Can we get that northwestern spot empty? All right. We need to do this a couple times. Metagross is there. Is the northwest empty? Northwest is not empty. Reload. So this is going to probably take some time. Now, it looks like the northwest is empty because the Roserade was right across where it could be. So I think this is good. I think we're going to be able to get this with Metagross here. So I'm going to have to go ahead and just save my game when I get an opportunity. We're going to reload my game. And if I did everything right, I should be able to have all 6 spawns spawned in the middle. So what we're going to do is start the game. Hit the plus button. We are in aggro, unfortunately. Okay, fly back to the middle. And we did this right. We should have 6 alpha Pokemon in the middle, and then we should begin this shiny hunt. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. We did it. We have 6 alpha Pokemon in the middle. And now we can shiny hunt for 6 alpha Pokemon all at once. Now, the best way to do this shiny hunt for these alphas is, in my opinion, you can see we got our 6, is to hit a bench reset and then run up. Because unfortunately, there is no bench that is going to give you all of the alphas at once. But if you sit at the bench, you'll get 3 immediately. So you could AFK hunt this. You could definitely AFK hunt this. If you have a macro controller or at least a rubber band and a turbo controller that can mash A, you can at least shiny hunt for 3 alphas all at the same time because we get these 3 every single time. But if you go up a little bit further, you can get the other 3. So I do think that this is a bit of a better way to shiny hunt all of the different alphas. I think it's like 68 alphas in here. And there's like a lot of funny interactions. I mean, you can get like 6 EV evolutions up in here too, spawned in. So there's like a lot of interesting things. But the shiny rules work the same. If a shiny Pokemon does spawn in, it will not despawn. So you can do an AFK bench method with this. But I do think this is going to be the overall best way to shiny hunt alpha Pokemon. But also because you are doing the bench reset. And I'm using the bench that is really close to the Wild Zone 20 spot. We are also resetting on a couple of the starter Pokemon. Totodile, Squirtle, Chikorita, and Bulbasaur can all spawn over on this bench area. So you could potentially get some other shiny Pokemon while doing this method too, which is pretty nice. You can see Chikorita's right over there. So that's pretty nice. Now you're probably going to get a lot of Dragalgis and Malamars as well. Maybe Roserade, maybe Gardevoir too. So a lot of different shiny Pokemon can definitely be gotten with this method. But hopefully you'll be able to get yourself a shiny alpha. And things will be amazing because you can get probably a lot of Pokemon for your living shiny alpha decks pretty easily here. Once again, all the Pokemon are different. And if you do catch a shiny Pokemon, you can just catch it and then do the same method over again to replace that spot. So you can get your 6 again. And these 6 Pokemon seem to stay forever until you catch them or defeat them in battle. So once you have this set up, you're pretty much good to go. But there we have it, guys. That is going to be how you shiny hunt 6 alpha Pokemon at once in Wild Zone 20. Hopefully this guide was really helpful, and let me know what Pokemon you plan on shiny hunting with this method. I personally think Drampa would be really awesome here. I like it a lot more here than the Wild Zone 19 method, but let me know what you're looking for. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, and have a good one.